Hey guys, and welcome back to another YouTube video. In this video I'll be doing the Fremantle vs Carlton game review, going through who went well, who didn't go so well, and what we can pick up, as there was a lot of injuries, a questionable sub out. And yeah, so before we get into the video, remember to like and subscribe, turn the notification bell on so you know when I upload, and let's get into the video. So as you can see here, Luke Ryan went 142. Absolutely mammoth effort from him. 25, 44, 18 and 55 in the last, just to basically cap it off. And that 55 included only only 4 marks in it, so he really did do a lot of work. It was a little bit of cheap stuff, but it wasn't dramatically a lot of stuff. Darcy 124, and then Hayden Young 108. So he's gone and really started to annoy me now, honestly, as he's gone an average. I mean, he's gone average 84 since or 183 and 108. I think, I don't remember exactly when I got rid of him, but he's done all right for. I think he's actually beaten out Himmelberg in that time. But anyway, 108 still is really good from him. Sarong 100, but then got suspended and that got upheld, so he's going to be out. So that should help actually Johnson hold his spot, but Johnson will be most likely used for me to get up to steal, etc., as he's got a 63 break even and he's not really going to be making cash. And there's still a chance with Sheldrick, if Sheldrick can get a really good score, that he can still make another 30 or so K. And that will really help in getting, or just help in cash gen rather than Johnson, who I think could easily not do so well. And then that'll be a problem. Then you got Amos, 39, Frederick, 34, obviously, and we'll go back up to the top still since I haven't done that. Clark, 98, he was pretty good from memory. This is recorded on a Wednesday, so I don't really remember too much, but obviously Clark did pretty consistent. Brayshaw was there and thereabouts. He really struggled in the third, and that sort of made it so that he wasn't going to get the ton. And then he also really struggled in the fourth until red time, where he put up 12 points in the last 12 minutes or so. So yeah, he really didn't. He got stuck at I believe it was 85. He got stuck there for almost 10 minutes. I don't know whether he was on the bench for that time. He probably was for a little bit, but yeah, just annoying from Brayshaw not to hit the heights. But with Sarong out, I expect him to go huge. And what's the matchup for him this week? He's probably got a tough matchup, doesn't he? Collingwood, you could see a VC option there, or a captain option, as Collingwood do give up a lot of points to midfielders, so we'll have to look into that. Brayshaw, Schultz, Henry, Jackson 74, so yeah, he's just done. Erasmus 73, he's looked good. I don't know whether he will replace Sarong, or whether they'll just give Johnson back that role, as these two seem to be the two that they have a very young midfield. They've got like a 4-prong midfield there, right there, for you taking in Erasmus, Johnson, Brayshaw and Sarong. So I think O'Meara will slide out of the side next year, and that'll be the 4. So I think Erasmus actually is a guy to look at for next year. Erasmus, here we go. 7 games, 47 average, and so he'll hit the average, and he'll hit the marker that you need so that you take that yearly thing. And if he doesn't anyway, I believe his 2022 was around the same marker, 4 games, 57. So he's going to be priced, even if he goes 70s for the rest of the year, he's going to be priced around about that, I'm guessing. Well, you can just split the difference. Plus 70 divided by 2. He'll be priced at 58, and 58 is, given last year's metrics, is 521, and if he's going to be putting up at least 70s per game, I would expect, and then also an 85 here, that wasn't a sub, like, that's a pretty good to be almost at least 20 points under what he can do, and hopefully he only plays, I mean, there's 7 games left, but hopefully it stays around that 50 or 50, low 50s, because that will really help to show that I think he's going to be the mid-pricer to get next year. Then O'Meara, Aish, especially if O'Meara's out of the side, then yeah, you should pretty much be getting him. As I think Johnson, they sort of don't. He plays well in the mid, but I think they like Erasmus more in the midfield, to be honest. As he got that straight back into that midfield role, and Johnson got pushed out and ultimately tactically subbed 5 points away from me being able to get Sicily and Mills from Dunkley. O'Meara, Aish, Walters, Cox, Hughes, Swiskowski, Johnson, Amish, Frederick, none of these guys really matter, and Warner, I think, even got injured, so I think he's out as well. Then we move over to Carlton, and you got Harry Mackay, 118. Doesn't really matter, he's a key forward. He can go up and down in price, doesn't matter. Doherty, 115. He's been really good since I brought him in. I'm pretty sure he's gone tons in both, or how many games did I bring him in for? If we go to round 15, did I bring him in there? No, round 16, did I bring him in there? I brought him in for round 16 and round 17. And so he's been really, really good, and it brought in 2 tons in that time. So really, really consistent from him. He's gone average of 114 in the 2 games that I've had him. Chera is someone that I looked at, but also I just want, I think there's more upside in like Steele, etc., rather than Chera, or even I think Mills has some upside, but I also think that Swans could easily now just realize they need to win 7 out of 7 basically to make finals, and that's not going to happen with the way that they're playing. So they could decide, especially if they lose this week to the Bulldogs, that they're just going to go full play the rookies, and you might see even if we just quickly go to the Swans list, Sydney, and then we go by non-price, you might see McGaw play, Rankin probably won't play, Edwards won't, Corey Warner could, Owens probably won't, although they could give him a game, but I think they'd more likely give Lockie McAndrew a game. Hugo Halcalan might play instead of like Heaney or something like that. Arnold could play. Buller, I wouldn't be surprised if he does play, as they look to move on from Buddy. Caleb Mitchell could play, which could be an option next year, even though I think they'll just wait for Caden Cleary. Roberts, McAndrew, as I said, could play. Cooper Vickery, I think, is still injured. Constant T is injured. He would be playing probably. And then you've got some of the main guys. And so, yeah, I think there is a lot of scope for them to be playing. There's a couple of mids that they could be playing, and I'm pretty sure Roberts might even be back this week or next week. So there's about 3 or 4 mids that they could easily be playing. Like, I think McGaw deserves a run in. It's special, and Roberts will come in as well. And Roberts being in the side will probably mean that Gordon could easily move to a more midfield role, more on ball. And that'll push, I think, Mills down back, and I think he could play down there quite easily. So I don't think Mills is the top up option, as there is a lot of uncertainty. So that's why I think Steele is the option to get this week, as his role is obviously set with St Kilda being a final side. Newman, Walsh, Cripps, Kennedy, Sard. Kennedy's injured, MCL for like 6 weeks or whatever. So he won't be fancy relevant, Sard, Kerno, but the effects could be fancy relevant as George Hewitt again drops to like 500k. So Hewitt might be that type of guy that you bottom out at like, has he played 10 games or whatever this year? Hewitt, let me see. Hewitt has played 12 games, average of 64. So depending on what happens next year, if there is a fifth player and he is, and he isn't the sub, then Hewitt could become the absolute like stroke of luck that we need, because he's probably going to be priced around about that 70 mark or 72 or so, and he's probably going to be playable. So I think he's going to be the stroke of luck that you need, and so I think he'll be coming to conversation next year. Kerno, Akers, Young, Silvani, Cunningham, Fogarty, Cottrell, no one else here really to talk about. Sincotta just dropping in price massively. So that's all that is going to be said. And that's basically the video. So that's the review of the Fremantle versus Carlton game, and I'll see you guys in another video. Thanks, guys. Goodbye.